Welcome to the Gamers Guild Weekly Show with Hopp. This is where you'll find all that's going on inside the Gamers Guild Discord, as well as some fun and gaming information you may not have even known you needed. And now, here's Hopp. And yes, welcome to the show here for the Gamers Guild Weekly Show, your home for all the best news coming from the Gamers Guild Discord and cluster of maps. I am Hopp, and do me a favor, hit that like button if you wouldn't mind, as well as leave any comments that you might have during the course of this episode, whether it be just changing around or discussing things that are happening that you see in here, because there's going to be a lot of information. We are chock full of information today. So also, if you're new, really quick, just one last piece of information here, one last piece of business. Do me a favor, hit that subscribe button with the notification bell. It will help me as I'm on the road to trying to get over 1,000 subs, and of course all the watch hours and stuff that I need for monetization. Now, let's get into this chock full amount of news, because there's a ton of stuff. As you know, this past weekend, in fact, by the time you read this, it should be completed and done. But Wildcard held their Extra Life 24-hour stream over the course of this weekend, starting yesterday on Saturday, for the Extra Life benefit and for the Children's Miracle Network. And one of the things that they began to talk about were things that were going to be coming out with Extinction. Extinction, the map, is something that is going to be coming out in December, on December the 16th. But on top of that, there's also going to be a Bob's Tall Tales edition. As you know, when Bob Tall Tales first appeared with Scorched Earth, it was intended to be a one-time purchase DLC that would have stuff for each of 3 story maps. We got the Scorched Earth stuff from the western side of things. We got the steampunk stuff for Aberration. And for Extinction, it will be the Wasteland War. Now, this is going to include a lot of different things, and I'm kind of excited about it, if you're honest, because it's got something that we never thought we'd see in ARK. First and foremost, vehicles. There's going to be vehicles, and I don't mean like the saddles that we put on certain animals to fly around or anything like that. I mean literal mechanical with wheel vehicles. We're going to have some vehicles going on, and on top of that, they're going to have turrets that you can mount on them. So it's going to be just like an episode of Mad Max or Furiosa or whatever you want to call it. They are going to be able to run around and shoot stuff from them. It's going to be a definite change in the ARK mechanic. If you thought the train in Scorched Earth was something, wait till you're able to run around on a big dune buggy looking thing and shooting turrets from it. It's going to be amazing. Also, there's going to be a tower and many other things that were revealed for the building mechanics and things like that for Extinction. That's going to be interesting as well. They also released a great creature, as every map seemed to have a creature from Bob's Tall Tales. And in Scorched Earth, it was the Oasisaur, and for Aberration, it was the Cosmo. Well, here, it's going to be the Armadago. Now, I thought it was like Armageddon dog. No, Armadago. If you look, it's kind of part dog, part armadillo, as it has metal on its back, and I guess it can burrow underground. My understanding from the way they described it, it's going to stay extremely close in its follow distance, just like a dog would, probably right by your feet most of the time. If you take off to somewhere else in the map, whether by teleport or by RG or by flyer or whatever, according to what the dev said, the Armadago will burrow itself from wherever it's at to wherever you are. So that's what's coming up there. So all that stuff is going to be coming out with Extinction in mid-December, but it was some really, really good, interesting stuff. Now, as far as what's out there now in the cluster, as you know, during Fear Evolved, which is where we're at right now for the next 10 days or so, Fear Evolved is going to be active, and part of that is the Dreadmare / Dread Stallion. And yeah, they are popping up usually around 8 o'clock in the evening in game time. They will show up. There's some different places where they spawn. They just whirl right in a red and black swirl, suddenly flying around. And the taming mechanic basically involves killing them and then offering up whatever tribute the altar desires. If you don't do that altar desiring tribute within the 5-minute time period, well, then it spawns it in for you. And not only do you have to kill the Dreadmare again, but then you got to kill whatever it was that it needed. If it was an Alpha Raptor, you have to kill an Alpha Raptor. If it was a Giga, you're going to have to kill a Giga. And the level is matched by whatever level Dreadmare or Stallion you're trying to tame. So, yeah, the higher the level, the more the danger. If you get a 150 Dreadmare and it wants a Gigaheart and you haven't got a Gigaheart in 5 minutes, you not only have to kill that 150 Dreadmare again, but then you got to contend with a 150 Wild Giga. Good luck. Anyway, that's what's going on with that. As far as the cluster, there are a few things that I want to talk about with the cluster, with the Discord itself. The Discord is got to change to its wallet system. Everybody that goes to the bank and used to download their daily Solvi, whatever it may be, from 30 or 40 or 50 all the way up to like 250, 270, whatever, it used to go straight into your wallet. Now it does not. Now you hit that daily, it goes directly into your bank. You do not have to worry about that Solvi being put at risk in your wallet. Now this was done for two reasons. Number one, the amount of the work when you click on work, which you're able to do at once an hour, when you click on work has been upped outrageously. Instead of getting 6, 8, 9, 23, 27 Solvi, you're now getting 150, 180, up to 290 whatever Solvi per time of work. And so when people were trying to do their daily and their work at the same time, they were losing Solvi because you can only hold 500 in your wallet. So keeping the wallet size the same, the trade-off was now your daily goes straight into your bank instead of into your wallet. So be mindful of that. Don't think that you've lost out on any of your daily when it doesn't suddenly appear in your wallet. Just wanted to give you a heads up on that. Also, don't forget we have the secret word competition. That's right. Somewhere in this video was a secret word. Last week, 3 people found the secret word. Here's where it was. Now, if you find it, Discord DM me and let me know that you found it, and I can pay you out your 5,000 Solvi prize for finding the secret word. But you'll find it somewhere in the video. Good luck. Now, we had a charity stream with Firepumpkin on Saturday the 2nd, and it was a lot of fun. Yeah, take a look at this. It was actually pretty good. This was so much fun.
They're going after Hopp. He's more tastier.
You could tell.
Oh, here we go.
One of the challenges was Fire and I having to eat rare flowers on Carno Island. And everything.
And my flower's done.
Around.
I've got 2 more flowers left, Hopp. How many do you have?
As you can see, we were peaking at 42 viewers. And it was very exciting. We had a lot of fun with it. And I was glad to be a part of it. I appreciate Firepumpkin.
Okay, hold on. I got to heal.
Now, in this stream, not only did we have a lot of fun with a lot of raffles and giveaways from free 30-day server rentals and all sorts of different DLC giveaways, we also gave away stuff from Spicy Dodo. And I'm going to include the link to Spicy Dodo's page in case anybody wants to go there and purchase something. You'll be able to use Firepumpkin's link and possibly get a discount as well. So a lot of the stuff that was given away was wonderful, and we thank Spicy Dodo for giving us the opportunity to give that stuff away. All in all told, we raised $970 for the Children's Miracle Network. Firepumpkin's choice was the Vermont Children's Hospital, so that will be where that $970 goes. And we thank everybody that was able to watch and to donate to such a worthy cause. That $970 does mean that when we get into the hump week rates toward the end of the month, starting I believe on the 19th of November through Thanksgiving weekend, those hump rates, It's going to be kind of fun. Those hump rates are going to be more than 30 times the official rates. So if you can imagine how much metal, how much of everything you're going to be able to gather during that week of hump rates. So yeah, be excited for that, and thanks to everybody who played a role in that. Now, while we're talking about what's to come, let's talk about Season 4. Season 4 starts officially on the cluster on the 16th. Don't forget the Season 3 ending event of the hover skiff build and race. You do have to put your name in by 2 weeks from today, November the 17th. You have to put your name in. You have to register to be part of this event. It'll start off and you'll have a week or so to build. Everybody gets the same amount of materials to build on their hover skiff. And the idea is to race around what'll be a special map that you're going to be allowed to build on for that week. So, there you go. Make sure that you are doing that for the season end. But Season 4 starts on the 16th of December, the same day that Extinction is expected to drop. And we got some news about what is coming. And I want to be able to go through some of that with you right now. The first thing is the rates. The absolute rates. The Season 4 rates are going to be interesting. Here's what's going to change. Well, I don't know about change, but here's what they're going to be. According to the announcement in the Discord, and you can also find this link in the Gazette as well, the dinos are going to have a 5 times weight increase for wild dinos. That's pretty good. The players, it's going to be 2 times on health, stamina, melee, and speed, 2.5 on oxygen, 5 on crafting and fortitude, and 7.5 on weight. That's not really a change. You're going to get 75 pounds every time you put a point in weight and all that good stuff. So it's going to work out pretty well. As far as the cluster rates, it's basically 2.5 times the XP and special XP, 3 times on gathering, crafting, and kill XP, 3 times harvesting, 13 times on the mature rate, which means your dinos are going to mature pretty fast. Your 6 times on taming, 15 times on egg hatching. All that's pretty well staying the same. The big change is dino levels. The max wild dino, instead of being 150 on the cluster the way it was for Season 3, it's going to be 160. Now, that was done for a lot of different reasons, but now it matches everything, including the dinos that you'll find on the private maps, which were already set at 160. So now everybody's going to have the 160s. This way we don't worry about dino reroll of stats anytime you change maps. Everything's going to pretty much stay the same. So that is something to avoid, and we wanted to make sure it was as fair for everybody. So it's 160 across the board. Now we do have an exchange program. And this exchange program is actually pretty important so that you understand what's going on. Now, the exchange program is basically, there are certain things that just don't have vanilla equivalents. They just don't. If you're running your ADT cryo fridge and cryopods and all that stuff right now, ADT is not going to be part of the next season's mods. We're going to talk about that in just a second. So, there are things that are not vanilla equivalent. They're just not. So, we're setting up an exchange program. Players have to submit an ASA help ticket by December the 10th at the very latest. Sooner, the better. Let's just be honest about that. Admins are going to create a locker for non-transferable, non-refundable items at the admin shop. Players then need to bring their items to the locker, take a screenshot of the items, and submit it to the help ticket. That means actually attaching the picture in the help ticket. An admin's going to go to the locker, going to verify the screenshot, remove the items, and on December 16th, the season will change, and this will make cyber structures the norm instead of M+. And admins will start processing the counterparts and shop order days, Mondays and Fridays, until the island is going to go down on December the 30th. Remember, there is that 2-week period from the start of Season 4 where we're going to allow people to stay on the island at the end of Season 3 because the island and aberration are not being wiped to go into Season 4. So anything that you have that needs to be transferred, needs to be made into this exchange program, it needs to be on the island so that the admins can do their job for that last 2 weeks of the calendar year. But that exchange program is going to help everybody not have to worry about manically crafting certain things that just don't have a vanilla counterpart. And it's going to allow us to seamlessly, or at least better, be prepared for moving into Season 4. So thank you for the admins for putting that together. Now let's look at the mods. The mods for next year. Now, I'm not going to cover all the mods because some of the mods are staying the same. We're still going to have shinies. We're still going to have, some of these things are staying exactly the same. But we do have new mods. And do me a favor, take a look at this. The first one is Simple Treasures. The Simple Treasures mod is one that, well, just to show you some of the pictures here, and they're really cool pictures. But Simple Treasures is a mod that introduces treasure chests. And if you want to run an event or have a prize or whatnot, this is going to allow things to happen for us to be able to give chests and placeable chests. They don't take damage. They're ignored by wild creatures, and they're obtainable through different spawn commands and stuff for the admins to be able to use them and hand out prizes. We're going to be able to do a lot of different things with those, and it's going to help us quite a bit as far as the giving out of different things. We're also going to have Simple Trade. Now, this is also part of the Simple Mod series, but the idea is there's a trading experience. We're going to allow people to be able to trade with each other. It's going to allow players to set up trading posts, and there's a lot of different plans with some of that's going on. It's going to be the ability for that, instead of having to just go to the trade part of the Discord, we're going to be able to set up different possible trading posts, and that's going to be a lot of fun as well. Wall and floor decor. The wall and floor decor mod contains things like dino statues, Dermis and dino statues. We've been wondering when that was going to come in, and of course with Extinction and stuff we get more of that ability. Wall trophy mounts. I've seen some of these tested on the test server, and they look amazing. They really do. You have different things for artifact pedestals and chibi display cases and chandeliers and rugs and all sorts of different things. So this is going to be a mod that's going to help with some of the indoor decor. At our core, remember, we used to be architects, so building and decorating is something that we do like to talk about a lot. The next one is the outdoor decor. This has things like fences, different types of crop plots, greenhouse structures, doormats, mossy and grass structures, flamingo statues, if you can believe that, fountains, all kinds of different things there. That's going to allow us to have even more fun when it comes to how we decorate our bases. Primitive stations. Primitive stations is going to be very interesting. Why? Because they are basically things that are just as good, if not better, than some of the industrial items that we have in the vanilla game, but they look like something that is primitive. And with some of the upcoming primitive gameplay mods that are going to be released over the next few weeks, this is one of those mods that would play right into that. But it has different things from fabricator, chemistry bench, air conditioner, table lamps, all kinds of different storage things. Even a hide rug is going to be a part of this primitive structure, so it's going to be a lot of fun to play with that. From the RR areas, the medieval structures for the RRs, this is going to be really good as well. It's got all the things that you need to make some really, really cool medieval structures. And since medieval is our theme for the next, year, for the entire season 4, being able to build things in a medieval theme, quite frankly, is an amazing idea. We're going to have the awesome teleporters. Well, Hop, we already have awesome teleporters. But we didn't at the beginning of the season. Awesome Teleporters was added during the last quarter of the season to give people an idea of some of the things that were available on the custom private maps. And suddenly now we were able to use Awesome Teleporters. It is an amazing mod, as you all know already, and it's now become a part of our regular set. Also, ladies' feasts and farming. So, your farmer friends have been neglected. This mod is in its early stage, but it's going to have things like a brewing system for alcohol. Different predetermined recipes will give you some buffs. There's going to be all kinds of different things that you can make here, and it is going to allow for a lot of different custom recipes. You know how we have a rule for how big you can build your base? Well, guess what? This is going to make it easy for us to be able to keep track of that, both as admins and in the game. Base Area Finder. It displays a 40 by 40 area with a pink square ring that allows for us to know exactly where you can build within. So if people start to go way too big, as which I am a offender of that early last season, we will now be able to tell how big 40 by 40 actually is. It's going to take a lot of the guesswork out for admins. Also, cryo geodes. Now, this is going to be interesting. This is why ADT is gone. Because there is a geode. It looks like a geode that you hold in your hand, but it's actually a cryopod. My understanding is it's going to allow for XP to continue to go for your dino, health to continue to respawn, and also there won't be any cryo sickness or anything, and you won't have to worry about the damage stuff. So it's really better than a vanilla cryopod. The big change: cyber structures, QOL plus crossplay. Now this is going to be really interesting because this is what's replacing M+. I can tell you right now that I went ahead and had this switched over on my private map just to be able to start working on CS items already. And honestly, it works just as good, if not better, than M+. There's a lot less problems with it. And the fact that we now have the ability to do edit stuff for certain items means that we can have things like mutators and propagators now without having them blocked off. So that's kind of exciting. So Cyber Structures Plus is going to kind of become the new quality of life mod across the way. Another great one is going to be Nanoa's Reusables. This is going to be great for the early game. Anybody who's going to go ahead and start over Season 4 at level 1 is going to really enjoy Nano's Reusables. Why? Because you're going to be able to make just one spear early on. Just one bola early on. No longer do you have to make 10, 15, 20 in order to survive. You're going to be able to make one and constantly have spears to throw aplenty. So it's going to really help the early game. You're not going to be forced to craft a whole bunch of different things in order to have a whole bunch put away. Even late game when you're trying to tame, it's going to allow for things like that. Now this is going to include reusable versions of not just the spear and the bola, but the parachute, the flare gun, the lasso, the whip, the glow stick, the gas mask, the electric prod, and the boomerang, and the grappling hook, and the mine wipe as well. So there's 15 different reusable items in here, and I'm sure they may be adding more as time goes. It's going to be great. Of course, we all know Marnie Mod's Griffins. Owl Griffins have been a part of the game again in the later stages of the season. We decided to keep the Owl Griffin mod. If not for anything, then so many people have already tamed the Owl Griffins, and so we didn't want people to take a chance on losing them. But the Owl Griffins are going to become a part of the base structure. And, of course, everybody's favorite addition, Reclamation Resource Slags. That's right, giant snails will be all over the maps for you to tame. There's a lot of great things about these things. Once you actually get them going, they make their own food, they survive themselves, and they create great items. And some of them will give you elements, some of them will give you metal, some of them will, just like a gacha, just like anything else. And since gachas are coming to the game thanks to Extinction, we felt like the resource reclamation slags were something that wasn't going to be too overpowered anymore, and now it's a part of the main game. But that's everything that is coming in Season 4. So as you can see, we got a lot of great things coming in Season 4. But now, really quick, let's go to the Gazette. All right, Gazette from November the 1st. You'll notice a couple of things. Number one, it is a new format. the big picture, not a surprise. That was here last week. But then you're going to come down to the announcements. No longer is it a straight read document. There are complete clicks for you to be able to go and be directed to where the information is within the Discord for you to be able to go and read that stuff yourself. Yes, I know, Passion. I said read. See what I did there? Anyway, so we have a whole bunch of things that are going on. I want to also... There's a question. We're going to get to the question here in a second. But these are the announcements. So we see all the announcements. You've got a lot of that information already going on. Don't forget that we are currently in a boosted rate. It was originally going to be for a weekend. But with Fear Evolve now being a mod that we're able to finally add to our maps, guess what? We're keeping it the entire time, all the way to the 13th. So boosted rates through the 13th. And then a few days off. And then on the 19th, Hump Week starts. And when Hump Week starts, oh yeah, we're getting that 30 plus times gathering and rates on everything. Thanks to the fundraiser. So that's pretty exciting as well. Okay, so the question, as you can see, the question, what type of eater is a rhino? I guess it's asking, is it a carnivore, herbivore, whatnot? Is it an omnivore? Is it, I don't know. Is it a vegetarian? Is it, I don't know. So that's the question. If you have an answer, notice it's not about just being new. You can also get anything in this. So ping Shiloh in the main chat channel and put your answer for what type of eater is the rhino. Now, really quick, let's go to the contributors. So in the contributors, first you see Kick Glitter with a little green monkey. I honestly like the outfit. I'm loving those steampunk outfits, the different outfits that we can get. I think those are great. But that monkey looks great right there on the shoulder. Also, my first Dreadmare. I submitted this. I literally stumbled across this. It was a level 21. I was flying and trying to get some things put around on my center map, and dude just flew right out from under me and appeared. I didn't even see him spawn in. But it was only level 21, so I was lucky. I only had to get an Alpha Raptor claw to tame him. But that was cool to have a Dreadmare now. Also, the Baby Shower Encore event has a picture that gets highlighted. That's wonderful. We also have Babbitt with a Nightmare Parasaur. The Nightmare Parasaur, with like black smoke coming from it. Also, another Nightmare. How about Anne of the Ark? Dr. Anne wearing a firefighter hat and having a Nightmare Otter wrapped around her neck. That's actually kind of frightening if I have to really say so. And also Aaron's son. This is one of my favorite pictures of the whole week. Aaron's son's baby burning aberrant Gigantoraptor. That thing looks awesome. And when it grows up and gets to be as tall as those Gigantoraptors get, it's going to look great with that burning effect. So congratulations to Aaron on getting that. Then we have Monica with a Nightmare Dodo that she got from the Halloween trivia with Shiloh. So that is pretty cool that she got a Nightmare Dodo. Again, there was an S Reaper at the Baby Shower Encore event. So we held that Baby Shower again. And the Reaper was spawned in for people to get pregnant. Then Killer Bee got a Zombie Wyvern as a prize from the Halloween trivia. And zombie wyverns are really cool. The last one I remember seeing myself was the one I won in the Mega Dino raffle a year ago as ASE was sunsetting. I actually won one on ASE. So zombie wyverns making their comeback. And finally, Curly has a pair of high-level Dreadmare and Dread Stallion, and he is already breeding to bring the baby Dreadmares high levels. And if you know Curly, you know there's going to be some mutations and some crazy stats on those suckers if he has his way. So congratulations to Curly on the Dreadmare. Again, if you want your pictures, screenshots to be considered to be part of the Gazette, make sure you're posting them in the My Screenshots section in that main area of the members' Discord, and we will make sure to put them up for consideration, as I know Shell and Firepumpkin try to pick all the different people that they possibly can to be included. Now, as we wrap things up, just let me tell you about some upcoming stuff that's going to happen. As you're watching this video, it's probably already happened, but there's going to be a Rock Drake run, not just with anything, but with Reapers. It's going to be fun. Happening today. I'm sure we'll have pictures of it for next week. Also, Where's Waldo is back. Where's Waldo is going to be, the Seeking for Waldo on the different maps is going to be back live and active starting this week. Find Waldo, get some prizes, and look at the Discord for some hints. So there's a whole section on Where's Waldo there. Also, the Mega Dino Raffle is still receiving tickets. The Mega Dino Raffle is going to be drawn, I believe, on Black Friday, which is the last Friday of the month of November, the 29th. That Black Friday is going to be during the stream. Firepumpkin and I are going to run the Mega Dino Raffle for a Rock Drake, a level 375 unbreedable, unclonable Rock Drake. But get your 1,000 Solvay tickets now in the admin shop. Last month we sold 187 tickets and had over 300 tickets in the actual raffle. It was crazy. We'll see if we can kind of break that again for this Rock Drake. Next week we have the start of the Volunteer of the Month Spotlight again for the month of November, as Lady J, one of our IT experts for the cluster, has consented to do a 3-part interview with me, and that will start appearing next week. You're also going to start seeing some creature corners once a month over the next few months, as we have some real fun stuff planned with that. And finally, nominations are open for Member of the Month, the Community Member of the Month of November. Nominations are open. Just find the spot of the Discord where it says Member of the Month. Click on the link. You can submit up to 5 nominations during the month, and after the voting is completed, each nomination submitted is worth 500 Solvay paid out to you. So, yeah, come be a part of the recognition for some of the best people that we have in the cluster anywhere. And that's all we have for this episode. My name is Hopp. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, do me a favor, hit that like button. Comment on what you saw there. Are there any questions that you'd like to ask Lady J? Are there anything particular that you'd like to point out? How excited are you for what's coming here in Season 4? Just let me know. Also, if you're new, hit that subscribe button and that notification bell. So not only will you get this notified to you every single week when it comes out on Sunday, but also all the other videos that I release, whether it be the video archives of the streams that Firepumpkin and I did on Aberration, or whether it be other videos that are going to be released. They're getting there. Also, do me a favor also on my socials, if you want to, make sure you're following me on both Twitter/X and also on TikTok. You'll find me on both. I would appreciate the follow and the views everywhere we go. And until next time, that's all I got for the weekly show. This is Hopp saying see you later. Keep on surviving.